What's up, art relish heads? This is Carla, and I'm here at the Auburn Research Library on Auburn Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. And on Friday, March 11th, there will be a new show opening in the library called Esoteric Lore, a group exhibition featuring various African American women from the Atlanta art community. Right here next to me, we got Taryn. Taryn is spearheading the entire project, and my first question up for her is, why Esoteric Lore and why a group?
Esoteric lore is, first and foremost, it's esoteric lore visual storytelling. And what we are doing is we are literally using the visual arts to tell the stories of black women. And the reason why that we're doing that is because black women's stories have traditionally been negated. They have traditionally been oftentimes one-dimensional in terms of mainstream media's presentation of it. So what we're doing is we're adding a positive element with our artwork, and then we're also just kind of pushing the forefront. You know, black women, we need to see black women in a light that everyone can also identify with. Just because you're not a black woman doesn't mean you can't identify with a black woman's story. And why a group? Because what better way to have impact than with multiple people? And when we first came into light a year ago, actually, at the Tony K. Bombera Scholar Activist Conference at Spelman College, there were 4 of us. But this time, being here at the Auburn Avenue Research Library, I said, hey, we got to go 8. We got to go bigger, and I feel that the group that we have here is well represented.
Nice. I can totally dig that. Now, here's my questions. Why do you want to change the image of black women? Why make that a center point to the art that all of you are creating? I understand that it's because of negation, but for every negated quality, there has already been a positive quality. What are you reinforcing of that positivity using a theme like visual storytelling? What kind of stories are viewers supposed to expect viewing the different artworks of the women in here?
I got you. Well, there's a few things that I want to say. The first thing is humanity. Our goal is basically to create a conversation. We want people to be able to look at the work and to be able to engage themselves, engage their thoughts, engage their own personal identity, and speaking to humanity as a whole. So we're talking about ancestry, for example. We're talking about, seeing ourselves in one another. And in fact, in our last show, Crystal Mons and I put our actual photographs on mirrors. So when people looked at the mirrors, they were forced to see themselves in the artwork. So it's like, hey, if I were to see myself in you, how would this world be different? That would affect our thinking, that would affect the way we interact. So we're using black women as sort of this spearheading element to talk about humanity as a whole and how can we best relate to one another so that we're not using these social divisions and having all these issues the way that we have in society.
Can you do me a big favor and tell me how long is this show going to be up and what are your next moves for it?
Definitely. This show is up through April 30th, 2011, and we actually have 6 events total. So be sure to check us out at esotericlore.org to check those events out. But our eventual future endeavors are for this to be a traveling exhibit, international even. We want to hit as many different people all over the world if we can.
You gonna open up your diversity?
Yes, ma'am. That is the plan.
Next up is Iman Person, and I am a much more literal artist. I struggle to understand pieces of work like this, so it's great to have Iman here so she can go very much deep into why she's created this piece and why it's driving me crazy that it looks like Eva Hesse.
Well, this piece came about as I was working on a body of work about the energies that women receive from nature. And I was thinking about a painting that I was going to start of a woman being incubated by the earth. And as I went into the painting and thought about it, I still haven't even done the painting. I probably never will, but I thought about what she would be living in while she was being harnessed by the earth. And I thought of these cocoon forms, and that's why they're pretty bodily. I think that's where you're getting to Eva Hesse.
So could you tell me a little bit what you would like for people to feel and experience as they come and view this piece?
I would like people to, it's a very interactive piece. I don't know how people will first encounter it. I think like with art, a lot of people don't know if you can touch the art or actually experience it the way, but I want people to be able to come in, and I wanted to create it like a whole new environment within another environment, within this library space, and kind of take you out of an indoor environment and bring you somewhere else. And kind of like you were walking through nature. And I would like people to also be able to reference the womb and the body, and to be able to connect to that.